Hey guys, how are we all? Welcome to My Way Tarot. This is going to be a general love reading for the sign of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus sign. Okay guys? So please check out the other available videos on the channel so you get a fuller, more rounded picture as what potentially could be happening for your love life. Now, I could be reading for yourself or for your love interest, the one that's on your mind, etc. So please use your own discernment and flip the roles to however this best resonates for you. Also, if the reading resonates or parts of the message resonate, then that's awesome. If it doesn't resonate, then it's simply not your message. Okay, guys? Also, happy Halloween. I hope that you guys are enjoying. This is just an additional kind of bonus reading for you all. I just thought that I may as well, because it's a great holiday. People love Halloween, so why not do an extra bonus read? So that's what I've decided to do. Okay, so this could potentially resonate for a few days before or after a Halloween or around that time. But if not, then it's kind of whenever you come across this reading, okay guys? Where it potentially could resonate. So let's have a look at Sagittarius then. What's happening with you guys? One more shuffle, I'm feeling one more. And then we'll get into the reading. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Now honestly guys, I have tried to make the other readings a lot shorter. And they are a little bit shorter, but they're still probably not short enough. So I'm just trying my best here guys. But when the messages come out, I just have to kind of go with it. So that's that really. But anyway guys, yeah, let's get into it. So Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Angels of Love and Light, can you please give us Sagittarius, please? Ooh. We have the Eight of Cups, we have Taurus energy, we have Leo here with the Sun in reverse. Do you know what I'm getting straight off the bat is that either you or a love interest have had enough with potentially a long-term commitment that they may have been in, that they've been very dissatisfied with. And potentially they may have stayed in a particular commitment of sorts because of these particular beliefs, that they may have to stay in a commitment regardless of whether it was emotionally fulfilling them or not. Most likely not though, especially here with this Sun in reverse. This person has decided that they don't want to be stuck in a rut anymore when it comes to this particular commitment of sorts. If they are dealing with a third party or something along those lines, they may have stayed in a connection of sorts due to obligation, and they've been fearful of not leaving a partner because of what other people are going to think of them, even though that they've been very unsatisfied of what they don't see. This person knows within that they're unhappy, but maybe they haven't necessarily shown on the outside, or maybe there are only a few close people that they have confided in. Maybe you've asked for some sort of advice and guidance on how to move on forward out of a particular situation. If not people around them, then maybe they're getting guidance, like spiritual guidance from someone, maybe even a spiritual guru. Maybe they're getting readings, maybe there's something that they're doing, they're seeking some sort of spiritual information, or maybe they're just going it within themselves and getting more tapped in with their intuition and educating themselves more about potentially spirituality. If not, then they're just getting more in tune about, you know, why do they feel the way that they feel, and what do these particular beliefs mean to them in relation to their life, but also their love life. And I feel like this person's going through a major transition as of right now to have these particular changes in their life, and they're getting ready to face the unknown, even though if they do feel a little bit fearful here. They're most likely going through a breakup, or if they've gone through a breakup, and potentially they feel incredibly lonely as of right now, or they have done, and they're in the need of a change. And I feel like this person most likely stayed in something to keep up with appearances, and it's got to the point now where this person's realizing that regardless of how much of an established kind of thing they've got around them, like in a commitment of sorts, it doesn't mean everything, it's not everything. Oh my gosh, look, I can't make it up. Long-term situation that it's time to finish, time to end. They're going through a breakthrough, transitioning. They're having faith. They're maybe they're getting connected to the faith. Maybe they're religious, or if they're not religious, then maybe they're looking more into spirituality, or potentially they may be praying. I'm getting either that, or they're just trying to surrender, because they've been very unstable and very unhappy, and maybe they stayed in something to keep the peace, but now they just want peace, and most likely something hasn't necessarily worked out for them, and they've had setbacks in another situation where it wasn't victorious, and they may have been like comfortable in this other situation, but they're realizing that they can't just stay in something because they're comfortable, because there's not really the growth there. And maybe they didn't take action for quite some time, but now they are taking action because they feel now is the right time. They've been very worn out from this whole thing. Maybe they've had to uproot and move location because they've decided to leave something that's not serving them anymore with this Eight of Cups. What else are we getting here, please, for Sagittarius? Look at that. Seven of Swords in reverse. Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh, Emperor in reverse. I'm getting the sense that either you or someone that you're dealing with, if they were dealing with a third party, something has come clean to do with infidelity, and someone's found out about it because it's gone against the tradition, and somebody has walked away. There's been a lot of stinginess or maybe selfishness to do with the connection, and it's gone past its sell-by date because things haven't been balanced and fair for a very long time, and now therefore a cycle needs to close out here with the world. Wow. Could be dealing with a Scorpio, Libra, or one of the fixed signs here. Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or Leo. And it's time to come out of the cold with that situation and to cycle on and move on forward. Some sort of truth and honesty is going to be exposed, that somebody has been unhappy and they've been repressing their feelings, and they've realised that they haven't had the growth that they've wanted to in a relationship of sorts, and there's something that hasn't been quite right. They've been repressing who they are to stay in a relationship, and they can no longer lie. Like, this is like a lying card, but also this is like lying to themselves. Somebody's been lying to themselves. They've been in denial that they stayed in something that was unequal. They didn't have the equal give and take, and they stayed out of duty and obligation, and because it was unbalanced, that things didn't work out. Like, there was just endless arguments, things wasn't right, a lot of blaming and of one another, lots of really bad fights. I'm getting someone's having to come clean and confess that they've been unhappy. Maybe somebody found out about an affair. Page of Cups. Maybe somebody's wanting to leave another situation to be able to express their love, potentially to this Queen of Pentacles. If you're not the Queen of Pentacles, obviously you've been Sagittarius energy. I mean, you could have Earth quite strongly in your chart, or water in your chart. Somebody may be leaving another situation to then confess their feelings, but maybe they're not being able to fully give to a situation as of right now. What else are we getting here? Someone's letting go the burdens that they've gone through in their life through a major breakup or separation. Look at that with the Lovers in reverse. Could be dealing with a Gemini. I was getting the strong breakup vibes. Stuck in a rut. Someone's lessening of a burden that's been incredibly heavy on them. They're wanting to feel light, free, fun and airy and re-establish their kind of sense of self-worth. And they're doing that by leaving something that doesn't serve them anymore. Look at that with the endless arguments, full of regret. Just exhausted from something that wasn't necessarily working out, even though keeping up the appearances with the long-term home, that everything was all right, that everything was balanced, but most likely it wasn't. There's been a lot of secrets, but the secrets are coming out. Someone's definitely closing off a very difficult cycle in their life. Ooh, what's going on? Look at that, another 7, 7, 7. So there's been a lot of imbalance. Somebody's wanting emotional fulfillment. Look at that, they're wanting to go and have their 10 of Cups. The 2 of Cups have been missing in another situation. Here's the Page with the extra cups. The wish fulfillment is to potentially leave something else to offer their cup elsewhere. And then by doing this, eventually they may lead to having their 10 of Cups with you. Somebody's definitely going through a rocky patch in their life. They've had a lot to deal with. Maybe they're carrying a little bit of bitterness, a little bit of resentment from being in another situation and finding out some sort of news. And they're having to let go of it because it's not good for them. It's not good for them. It's not good for them financially. It's not good for them for their well-being, their mental well-being, their overall well-being. I'm getting. What else is happening for Sagittarius? Please, what could be happening for Sagittarius? Is too much. What have we got? A lot of imbalance here with the 2 of Pentacles. Somebody maybe having money issues as of right now. Oh, somebody definitely kept either finances a secret from someone else. Like somebody, this is like the Thief card, and someone found out that finances had gone missing and therefore letting go of the burden of a connection of the relationship. In order to go and pursue brand new love. Look at that, there's the extra cup that we were looking for. Ace of Cups, somebody wants new love. Either new love or they want to rekindle an old relationship that may necessarily, that may have failed previously. And they're wanting to show their feelings. They may not necessarily taking action as of right now because they're exhausted and they're closing out a cycle that's very difficult. But they have these particular love and feelings and they haven't shown them as of yet because they need to heal from something that has been incredibly challenging. But they're healing, and once they are healing, they're moving on to calmer waters to get on to the next thing. Not as in the next partner, but potentially, but just to kind of move on so that they feel just a lot more stable in their just everyday life as well. So that they can eventually allow a much healthier relationship into their life, because they've been reflecting on that for quite some time. So what else can we get here, please? For Sagittarius. What else can we get here for Sagittarius? Somebody may also, if somebody is coming back around, somebody from the past, and they chose another situation and abandoned you to go to a traditional commitment, then things didn't necessarily work out in their favour in relation to that. It was a poor investment. They've just had nothing but struggle, and most likely they've been deceived by this other person, had endless arguments and conflict, realising the grass wasn't greener and wanting to come back around to say, actually, you're my 10 of Cups. You're my new love, you're the one that I want to be with, and have an apology and actually close the distance between the 2 of you. I'm getting. You may already know this here with the High Priestess. Yeah, look at that. You already know that potentially somebody wants to come back around and heal a connection. See, you know, you could be incredibly empathic. You could have Cancer in your chart. Sagittarius, this is you. This is your Temperance energy. So I'm definitely feeling like I'm talking about you, that you know this person's already on the back around to come to towards you, to transform the situation. Look at that. Scorpio, Sagittarius, 13, 14. There's progress in your connection, or there will be. And most likely we are actually in Scorpio season as of right now, and Sagittarius is the next sign. So potentially you kind of know between now and maybe the end of the year, like December, mid-December, something along those lines, that there's going to be a major transformation in your life, and that they may come forward and offer you something tangible and close out an old cycle. Wow. So that you're not out in the cold anymore. If they did previously put you out in the cold, because they may have been a bit of a player before, but they're cutting all of that out if that's something that could potentially resonate. What else is happening? Sagittarius, please. Oh, okay. Yep, so a situation where there wasn't any growth is coming to an end. That's going to be let go of. That's going to be stopped in its tracks. There's something that's not going to be working anymore. Yeah, somebody has been weighing heavily on their mind, like, why am I in this relationship of sorts? Why, how were we even got together in the first place? There's been no growth in this other traditional commitment of sorts, so therefore they're coming back for a reunion with you because you're most likely a past life soulmate to them, and all they can think about is having a reunion with you. They have this nostalgia when they come to think of you, and they don't want to feel regretful anymore about it, like they missed an opportunity with you, and they want to change things around and eventually come back and ask potentially for your forgiveness and if you'd have something together. And most likely all they ever did was compare this other partner that they most likely invested in to you during this whole entire time. And that's the reason, you know, there's been no movement between the two. There's no movement in this other situation because they were holding on to it purely for security. But that's coming to an end. Look at that with the world. That's closing out that cycle. They're no longer going to hold on to that. They looked like everything was happy and that they were successful and that, you know, everything was right for them and they were just living the dream, embracing their life, feeling whole and feeling loved and feeling grateful, and everything was being perfect. Wasn't the case at all. This person looked happy on the outside, but behind closed doors they weren't, because obviously we know that with the 8 of Cups. And they're most likely leaving an unhealthy relationship so that they can come back to you because they've only been holding on to you. Look at that. Let's clarify this Hierophant, this Taurus energy. So you could have strong Taurus in your chart or Cancer in your chart. Or maybe this relationship of sorts, this person may have emotionally checked out from this connection in Taurus season, like earlier on this year. Or Cancer season. So, you know, that could be something that resonates. Why is the Hierophant here, please? For Sagittarius, Hierophant? What's this about? 9 of Swords. Yeah, they've been up in their head, stressed, sleepless nights about this situation. Look at that. Double 9s. Karmic endings. Somebody's had the realization that they can't just stay in something purely for the sake of staying in it because they felt like they had this particular belief that they had to. Maybe they had, you know, family members or friends or whoever telling them that they had to stay in something, and it really stressed them out, and they just no longer want to be in that anymore. And they are realizing that they had to change things around and address why do they feel the way that they feel, and you know, this emotional baggage that they may have or they have had, that they felt very alone in this other relationship. Maybe they weren't very intimate with this partner either, and this person's realizing that if they're going to be successful, you could be dealing with a Virgo, if they were to be successful, then they needed to detach from this other situation because it was repressing them from their power, and they weren't able to then come and give to you. What else? The Hierophant. It really kind of weakened them. Yeah, they could have had children with this situation. That could be the main reason they stayed, even though that loyalty and the trust has been completely gone from that situation. Completely gone. They didn't want to put the effort to maintain it whatsoever. Maybe they were dealing with someone who was incredibly selfish, and potentially they may have had a lot of financial debt. I'll take one more for the Hierophant, please. I'm just getting the sense that they thought the grass was greener, but it wasn't. Yeah, look at that. Leo energy with the Strength in reverse and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse with the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, so this person, their confidence, their strength, their inner strength, everything got taken away from them in this other situation, and they got left out completely financially here as well. They most likely had to juggle their finances quite a lot. Potentially if they were dealing with someone who was keeping the finances secret from them, and we kind of get the gist of that here with the Seven of Swords in reverse and then the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Potentially this person, they just felt trapped by being in this environment, but they stayed because of fear, and now they're realizing that they have to have faith that things will eventually turn around and surrender to fate, as it were, and not overthink about the whole thing and just eventually move themselves forward. And we got Temperance here, which is you guys, so this could potentially be you or your person maybe thinking about, well, I want to go forward towards my Saggy, and how can I do that if I'm in this other situation, and bring justice to them, to just bring justice to you and have things balance out between the two of you, because maybe they felt they couldn't give to you previously, or they didn't give to you previously. Please take what resonates and leave the rest as well, guys, okay? So why is the High Priestess here? Why is the High Priestess here for Sagittarius? Yeah, Two of Swords. Someone had a blocked intuition. Yeah, they couldn't see straight because they were confused. They weren't sure to do with another situation. So therefore, most likely to do with the karmic partner, that they've been very heartbroken in another situation. They had a blocked intuition for quite some time due to this other person, most likely manipulating them. And then they realised that there was something that happened in their life that was really quite catastrophic, I'm getting. And so therefore this person then became more in tune with themselves and trusting of themselves, that they're realising that they can't just stay out of obligation and duty. They have to be there emotionally fulfilled as well. Wow, okay, the Empress in reverse with the Fool in reverse. Oh my gosh, could be dealing with an Aries or a Taurus and a Libra here, or an air sign. But what I'm getting is a baby mama, baby daddy type situation. They were fully taken advantage of by this particular person, felt completely stuck and what have you. all they did was they argued with this person and they couldn't agree on anything, and they realised that it's just not necessarily working out. Most likely there was codependency, jealousy, manipulation. I'm getting the sense that potentially there may have been multiple partners, and someone realising, well, I can't actually have a brand new beginning, or there's no further growth in this situation, and if I want to go towards love, then I have to get out of this. And, you know, I've been highlighted to the situation, they've been highlighted to the situation with Gemini and Pisces energy, that they need to follow their intuition and to move themselves forward. I'll take one more for the High Priestess. High Priestess, please. Sagittarius. That was my fault, sorry about that with the cards. High Priestess, please. So Sagittarius. Oh, okay. Sorry, bear with us. Judgment in reverse. Yeah. I've got to take that as well. Oh my gosh, I can't just see what's on the bottom of the deck. The Devil could be dealing with a Capricorn, potentially. Fire energy. This is more Sagittarian energy though. They realised that they were stuck in most likely a toxic relationship with a manipulative partner who is incredibly selfish. They may have been in a denial about this connection for an incredibly long time, maybe felt fearful that they couldn't allow themselves to have a brand new beginning, that they were supposedly deserving of staying in something that was incredibly unhealthy, and just to carry on getting battered and bruised by this person, hopefully not physically, and just have this kind of hot and cold, codependent, unhealthy relationship, and taken for granted, where there was just a lot of control and resentment in the connection that was incredibly unhealthy. And your person may have received some major wake-up call, like being at this crossroads, go, right, now is the time. It's either, you know, enough is enough and we go and take it to the next step, or we end the relationship. And obviously ending of the relationship was the most sensible thing to do, and they probably ended up putting this other person out in the cold. Let's look at the Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue and see what we have here for Sagittarius, please. Sorry, the readings have gone on longer than I've wanted them to go on, but if the messages come out, then I have to take them. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations and visualizations help bring you together. Maybe you feel you have a very high-level soulmate connection, spiritual connection with this person. Maybe you consider yourself as twin flames, potentially. You have strong romantic feelings for them and they have it for you. They want to come forward and flirt, but potentially they're not able to do that as of right now. There may be an engagement between the two of you that is going to be worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So they're definitely coming back around to come forward towards you. Maybe they even may pop the question, potentially. There may be marriage in their mind, but they may not necessarily be able to follow through with that as of yet. It will be worth waiting for, but most likely they just want to be like more involved in your life and kind of test the waters and see where you are in comparison to what's happening with them and what's been going on in their life. I'll take one more, thank you. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. They have a lot of passion for you and they recognise that yes, this is your soulmate. They know who you are to them, and that most likely you have a very deep spiritual connection between the two of you, and the romantic feelings showing up again. And most likely this person could be the one. They could be the one. You may see them as the one, they see you as the one. And it's become ever more clear as they've gone through this other situation, or you have, obviously. Please take this how it resonates, because it could be switched around. So this is the Soul Journey Oracle cards. So I just thought I'd close off the reading with advice and guidance and see what kind of extra messages that we can get here for you guys, okay? I'm really sorry if you guys end up hearing my stomach rumble, my tummy rumble. I'm so sorry. I'll be having dinner relatively soon. I'm so sorry. If you have heard it like growling at you, I apologise. Oh my gosh. just need to have something to eat probably. But I don't like to eat on like a full stomach when I do readings. I don't like to, you know, I don't want that to feel, I don't want to feel that extra heaviness, if you know what I mean. So let's have a look. Let's stop talking about my stomach. Oh gosh, how embarrassing. Okay, let's go for it. Right, what can you get for Sagittarius, please? Sun, Moon, Rising of Venus. Like, what's need to be, what's happening? What's advice, guidance? What do they need to know? Oh my gosh, look at that. Humour. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. Let's get rid of those because we don't need those. It's just the one card. I'll take one more. Right, one more. So they're trying to see the lighter side of life, but they may have difficulty with that as of right now. Or maybe for you to stay optimistic and potentially imagine that everything will turn out like alright for you both. We got death here. I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. So yeah, this person's going through a major rebirth to end of this other situation to eventually come forward towards you. And they're hoping that they can transform this relationship, their life. And they're wanting you to stay optimistic and see the lighter side, that eventually everything will work out for you both. And to imagine that it's like already happening, like that it's already positive, that it's already here, that this union between the two of you, you're being more involved with each other's lives. And, you know, they don't want everything to be so serious. They most likely have been through something incredibly difficult, or you have, and they just want to see, they want a bit of light and happiness in their life. And we saw that when with the sun in reverse, this person's been left out in the cold, most likely taken for granted in another situation, and they felt relatively lonely. And so I'm getting the sense that this person just wants to be able to, you know, feel bright and happy and breezy again. So you being on their mind a lot means a lot to them, because then that gives them the opportunity to really fantasize and imagine what a life with you would be like. And or they kind of just praise for you being in their life, and they're in great appreciation of you, and you make them incredibly happy when they get a chance to be by themselves and sit and think about your connection. So anyway, guys, that is the end of the reading. I'm so sorry that it's gone on for so long, but you know how it is. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy the reading, please like, share and subscribe. Leave us a comment. I greatly appreciate it. I will reply back to the comments, as you guys know. Also, if you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so you guys get an alert as to when I post another video for you all. Happy Halloween. I really hope that you guys enjoy, and also I will be putting up the November love readings relatively shortly, so please take care of yourselves and hopefully see you again soon. Bye for now.